Hello, people of New World. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Lemoni, and I hope you're doing well. Today, we're going to go step by step through the Acid Pools chest run. Now, this is one that's going to be very easy to do every day, like 15 minutes plus, and it's going to net you at least one golden scarab, so some solid gold and income and ways to do some crafting or more, and legendary items, random gold items, and just easy ways to make daily gold. This is something I covered in my daily checklist. If you haven't looked at that, go back to the winter version. Now, I know a lot of people have been running this. There's a lot of people that know about this, but there is simply no step-by-step of how you go through and walk through this route. So I figured, why not show those people for anybody who's confused? Because I know when I came back, I know I was a little bit, and how to do it and how to finesse it, how to solo it. So let's go through it. All right, before we get started, a couple things we need. I would just highly recommend throwing on a luck set. You can put in your pearls, just run whatever you have and just go high con because it's easy, and then get some kind of luck weapon. And the only other thing that's super important for this, well, two things. We do need incense because this is going to make our acid cap up to 100 instead of 50. So this is super beneficial. And then if you have it, it'd be great if you have a luck version. I didn't have one on me, but a purifying toast earring. When you go through a complete acid, it hits 0 and you now have acid burn, you can just take it off with a regen pot. Makes this super easy. The other thing you need to do is have an ice gauntlet on. The simple reason is because we need cleansing tomb. This does the same thing as that regen pot would. As soon as your acid burn hits, you can then tomb, pop out, and you have a completely reset 100 fresh bar. I think this is optional, but again, something I love to do. Just run ice pylon. If you have to open up those sarcophagi, you open it up, the little guy jumps out, you put your ice pylon down, that'll start shooting him. You can open up the chest and then you can just run away. So if you want to be like that, go ahead and do it that way. And then I just end up taking ice shower so that I have a little bit of self-peel. This setup will help you get through pretty much everything. Okay, so for this first section, you're going to start the northernmost shrine. You're going to go down to this broken down building. There is a rune chest there. These are really nice. You can open them up. You do have to collect those around the area, but you get most from your main story quests. And there's just loot potential here, scarabs, things like that. We'll then head over to that acid pool. Watch out for the elite that can spawn there at night, and then pick up that chest. You can then die or just respawn anywhere, and we'll head over here to the Great Shrine of Thoth, and then you'll run down the mountain and head down to the road. You'll see an acid pool sort of camp in the distance. You can go over there, pick up the first chest. This first one can be a little difficult because there's a bunch of elites that can spawn, so be a little careful. Maybe do this with the second person. You'll wrap around the back, and we'll be looking over to some of the chests on the other end. There's a couple that are tightly spread just in some acid pools. This first one's by a broken house, so just open that up, walk through the house. There is a chest that I miss over here all the time near this house that's just like a regular supply chest that you can open up for an extra loot chance. We'll wrap around the back again, heading into the acid pools, doing our pylon tech, and getting that next chest, and then again just wrapping around the back, and we'll hit the very last one. It's again in some acid, so you'll just have to dive in there and be a little bit careful with your health. Pop a life staff heal. It's easiest to go with life staff ice gauntlet. For this third one, you can die here or respawn somewhere and get to town. You can start at either arrow. Technically, there's a shrine or town. You're going to want to follow the road. Personally, I like starting in town because it's easiest, and we can go hit this first rune chest. You'll just walk down the road, and we'll head over there to the little temple with some beetles, and there will be a chest there. This next section will be your longest. You're going to then walk over to the acid pool and hit the most northern chest. You open it up, and then I like to start onto the southeast side, and then wrap through the middle and background down to the bottom. It just makes the most sense to me. Again, a lot of acid pools, a lot of enemies here, so you have to be a little bit careful, use your pylon tech, and meander through. This is probably one where you'll have the most difficulty just trying to get through mobs without trying to kill anything, but it's pretty simple again if you bring somebody else. As I'd mentioned, you could just run this completely in reverse, but for fluidity's sake, I think it makes the most sense to start in the north and go to the south. The south chests are a little bit down below, so it just flows a little bit easier. And then I end up just dying at the south so I can respawn somewhere else. The big thing to note is we don't want to skip chests, even if they're a little bit difficult, or we have to actually open up the sarcophagus and get an enemy out. Every chest has the chance to get you a scarab or any kind of loot that could net you some free gold. So think about it, cost benefit. Is it worth spending that extra 30 seconds? I think so, because you never know what's going to be in store. Luck gear helps a little bit. You can PvP flag if you want to, but we'll just need to make our way down to the south, jump down the little shelves, and then get down to the very, very bottom, and then we'll look for a death warp. Okay, this one requires a little bit of walking. You'll go to the worm sign obelisk, and there will be two chests here. One will be one of the rune chests. You can open that up, get your loot, and then directly next to it, there will be a little ancient offering. You can't open this up. It has a chance for something. It'll spawn an enemy if it's not already open, but not an elite one. And then in the distance, you'll see a chest on top of a pillar. Walk over to that, climb on up, get your other chest, and then in the far distance, you'll see an acid pool that we'll need to run to. After that walk, we'll hit our first chest towards the south, and you could opt to go to the next little ancient offering non-elite chest and hit that, but I just go straight to the middle towards the broken pillar section, grab the chest in there, and then we'll wrap around back to the north and hit the final chest. From there, you can again death warp or teleport somewhere so that you can get to the next shrine. Now, this final section is going to take you to the western end of Brimstone. There'll be a chest right there in front of the shrine. You can head down, and then you're going to go counterclockwise around the area to get the final 2 chests. Again, just distract the mobs with your pylon, run around, they'll chase you, couple elites, acid pools, don't take damage, do all the good stuff. Now, what can we do to really optimize the run? You could be grabbing sulfur and brimstone and mining that while you're doing it to take up some extra time, but really the goal here is to pick up scarabs and random loot to just get some free daily gold. It's great, it's fast, you can do it in like 15 minutes, add it to your daily rotation. I know I put this in my checklist, but I wanted to actually do a video breaking down all of the sections and how I follow through the route so that you can follow along. I hope this helps. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. Check the links down below. Go to Madrina's if you want some discounted coffee. That's fantastic. But if you need anything in the meantime, feel free to join the Discord. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thank you to every single one of you beautiful people for being you. Peace.